Welcome back. So I am trying to continually get better at cooking from scratch, cooking from raw, fresh, whole ingredients. And by better, I don't necessarily mean taste, although of course I want it to taste better, but better meaning I want it to be easier, less effort, less dirty dishes, less like things to make me discouraged from trying to cook dinner that night. And so when prep takes almost an hour, and then cooking takes another hour, and then cleanup takes an hour, I can talk myself out of it really easily and just decide, let's just go with something quick and fast and open a can and of green beans and open this box thing, and you know what I mean, just things that aren't necessarily helping me get better at cooking from scratch. So I found a recipe from Nana Joe 19. I'll link her YouTube channel in the description, but she does this chicken and rice that looked good, and it was ingredients that I already had for the most part. Some of it I kind of changed a little bit of it, but it's, you know, kind of Latin inspired chicken and rice dish. It's a one pot meal. Mine turns a little bit into two, but we'll get into that in the actual video of me making it. But I hope you enjoy. It's really delicious. This is me talking about it afterwards, obviously. It's really good. I think you're gonna like it. All right, first things first, we heat up our pot or skillet and add in a little bit of oil of your choice. I chose some basil infused olive oil that I had infused myself with some fresh basil. And then I'm checking here for the sizzle. Yes, love that. Listen as my first piece of chicken goes in. Ah, yes, love that. So we're gonna put all of the chicken in, and making sure that it's getting in contact with the oil and skillet as much as possible, because we are trying to sear both sides of this and get a good sear on them before we actually cook them. So the purpose of doing this is not to cook, but it is just to get a good sear on it. As you can see, I'm also conserving dishes by using my cutting board, the same cutting board I cut up the veggies for this on, by using the plastic that the chicken came in as a guard there, so I don't have to clean up so much. Here we are just going to flip. Now here I flip again, only because I was impatient the first time and flipped too soon. Really, you should only need to flip it one time. So now we are pulling out the chicken after they have a good sear on both sides. As you can see, these are rather large chicken legs. So if you haven't guessed it, they are not cage-free organic chickens. We are doing better. Doesn't mean we are at our end goal at all. And my checkbook just decided that it was just not going to be willing to pay the crazy price of organic cage-free chicken legs at this time. So this is a nice cheap meal to feed a crowd. I end up not being able to use one of these leg quarters or chicken legs, and used it for a dish later on. All right, in that same grease, we are adding rice. So I'm gonna saute up that rice in this grease in order to get it nice and good toast on it, good flavor from the chicken grease and the basil infused olive oil. So we are going to try out making our rice with lime infused water. This is something I saw someone else do, so we're going to try it. I just put in one just to see how potent one half, it's actually 1/2. It's already been squeezed, so we're just reusing it, finding a new use for it, and see how much it infuses this water before we use it for rice. We'll be right back with rice. All right, now we are ready to add in our liquid for our rice after we've toasted up the rice really well. So the ratio I use is for every 2/3 cup of rice, I use 1 cup of liquid. So here I am using some lime infused water, measuring it out to get the right amount of liquid in there. So using only some of the lime infused water, and then I have some already made chicken bone broth that I'm gonna also add in. So that's already, I won't need chicken bouillon for that reason. Anna Joe 19 uses chicken bouillon, but I'm gonna use this broth that I already had in the fridge that need to be used up anyways, and it's all set. Don't look at my nasty pantry. Wow, it is packed full. Anyways, we're gonna get this all mixed together so that that rice can get fluffed up. Now we add in our ground up spices. Insert clip of me trying my hardest to get this all ground up. What a face, eh? But yeah, it was tricky to get the peppercorns all crushed up, but we were able to make it happen. So we were just using a little bit of the lime infused water just to get some of that seasoning out of the bottom there so that it will all get into my rice. I had some leftover homemade salsa, so I added that instead of adding in diced tomatoes and jalapeños and cilantro. That's already in salsa, so perfect that I had some of that left over. Once we got everything nice and well mixed, we're going to add in our chopped up potatoes and carrots. So it will be all yummy, and they'll get cooked up well, so they'll be nice and tender for us. Now we're going to lay in our chicken legs on top so that they finish cooking as well, along with the rice and the carrots and potatoes. You'll see at this point I only am able to get 5 of the 6 chicken legs in. So we cooked the last one later on separately in the air fryer. All right, let's cover it up. And this took about 25 minutes to cook. So I set a timer for 20 and kind of looked through. Still had a little liquid, so I waited 25 minutes and it was ready. Now, of course, being safe, I'm kind of paranoid about chicken, so checking the temp. As you can see, I check it multiple times over and over because I am paranoid about uncooked chicken. But hey, it was all done. All right, moment of truth, taste testing time. The carrots and potatoes were done. The rice was delicious. I could taste some lime. It tastes more like lime zest rather than lime juice, but very, very good. And turns out my husband and my teenage son loved it, went back for seconds. So couldn't ask for more.